This video covers the use of the third-party balance demonstration spreadsheet that comes with the Noetix Views Trial Edition for Subledger Accounting. See the video Using the Demonstration Spreadsheets for a general introduction, including enabling macros and data connections, and saving and sharing the reports. I've already opened the spreadsheet and enabled macros and data connections. Let's get started by reviewing the purpose of this spreadsheet. As it says in the overview section, the third-party balance report displays the summarized and detailed SLA accounting results for all the payables transactions for suppliers and the receivables transactions for customers for a ledger, period, and account values. This spreadsheet pulls data from the SLA Hub Journal Lines view, the AP Invoice and Payments views, and the AR Transactions view. You can learn more about these views from the SLA catalog. Let's go to the Prompts tab and run the report. First, you must log in. Next, make your parameter selections. This report requires value for a ledger, a year, a period, and a third-party type. The choices here are supplier and customer. Let's run it this time for customer. And you must also provide a balancing segment. You can use the percent symbol to represent all the values for cost center and natural accounts. So when you've made your selections, click Execute to query the views and load the data into the spreadsheet. Note that the name of the current tab being refreshed is displayed in the message area. Once all the tabs are finished refreshing, you are automatically taken to the SLA Summary tab. This tab displays the SLA debit and credit amounts summarized by third-party name and site, account type, application, event class, and account. It provides a fast, convenient way to view the summarized totals for a supplier or a customer. Let's take a look at one customer. Let's choose AC Networks. And let's take a look at all of their credit memos. Okay, so we filtered that down, and we scroll over and we can see that the total debit amount down here says $33,755.52 matches the total credit amount. Again, $33,755.52. So this is just a convenient way to check your balances, in this case for one customer, for credit memos. The next tab is the SLA Details tab. The SLA Details tab displays the detailed journal lines that are the basis of the summary on the previous tab. It has third-party, journal header and line information, plus the debit and credit amounts in both the transaction and primary currencies. The data on both the SLA Summary and Details tabs comes from the view SLA Hub Journal Lines. Since I ran this spreadsheet for customers, let's jump to the AR Transactions tab. This tab displays receivables transactions such as invoices and credit memos for customers. The data includes customer information, the transaction number, class, and type, the original transaction amount, and the accounted debit and credit amounts. The data on this tab comes from the view AP Payment Dist. Additional tabs based on other receivables views for standard receipts, miscellaneous receipts, adjustments, and bills receivable can be added to the spreadsheet to complete the full picture of customer receivables balances. Now let's go back to the Prompts tab and rerun the report for suppliers during the same period and for the same account segments. Again, I click Execute and it refreshes each of the tabs, starting with the SLA Summary. When the queries are done running, once again you're taken to the SLA Summary tab, and this time you can see that the data comes from Payables because we selected suppliers as the third-party type. Let's pick out a specific third party. Let's take a look at Abbott Laboratories, and we can see that we have a number of payment and invoice transactions for them during this period. And if we scroll over, we can see the total, each of the accounted debit amounts and the accounted credited amounts for these various transactions. So that's the summary for a single customer in the SLA Summary tab. Now let's look at the detail invoice and payments transactions that make up this summary. On the AP Invoices tab is displayed the invoice transactions for suppliers. The data includes supplier and invoice information, including the original distribution amount, and the accounted debit and credit amounts. The data on this tab comes from the view AP Invoice Dist. Next, let's look at the AP Payments tab. This tab displays invoice payment transactions for suppliers only. The data includes supplier, invoice, payment, and check information, and the accounted debit and credit amounts. The data on this tab comes from the view AP Payment Dist. So together, the AP Invoices tab and the AP Payments tab make up all of the supplier balance information that backs up the data that's both on the SLA Details and the SLA Summary tabs. This concludes the overview of the third-party balance report. Here's a list of other instructional videos you may find helpful for the setup and use of the Notics Views Trial Edition software.